Why not feeling good enough distorts your whole perception of success. So here's a hot topic. Why not feeling good enough is destroying your whole perception of success. So yesterday I was on a call with a CEO client of mine who has a very high position in a very affluent financial institution. He was beside himself because he said he feels like all he's doing is putting out fires and like playing whack-a-mole the whole time in his role. He's like, Maria, I am struggling to lead. My team's not performing. They're falling off on their goals. They're all angry people. They're leaving. There's a high turnaround. So I immediately stopped and asked him this question. What are you doing to invest in you and your own self leadership? What are you doing to take care of you? Do you know that he was stumped and he could not even answer me? He was so taken back by that. He goes, well, I guess I'll give myself credit. I just hired you. And I acknowledged that and I commended him for it and I celebrated him. And I said, but besides that, on a daily basis, what are you doing for you? This was a game changer because on a daily basis, he was not doing anything for himself. And what does that mean? He did not have a ritual for self-care, right? All he did was work, worry about his family. His whole life had become caregiving and people pleasing and taking care of others. So, in working together, we're going to be creating a plan where now he will take better care of himself. So the first thing that we did was we added in his calendar something that he loves doing, right? And it was really challenging for him because he said, I just don't have the time. But when we dissected and reverse engineered everything, we found he did have the time. He was just, again, overcompensating, people pleasing, and doing things for others that were not aligned with his goals. So hear me out on this. I want you to take out your calendar. And I'm not going to overwhelm you, but I want you to look at the next 4 weeks. What do you have in your calendar that's not aligned with your goals? I'm sure you're going to find things that you're like, ooh, I don't know. Why is that even in my calendar, right? Delete them, rearrange them, figure out how you can focus and change them into a different direction. Because guess what, guys? If you are constantly giving, over giving, and not filling your calendar with things that are going to actually help you achieve your goals, you're going to find yourself annoyed, dissatisfied, aggravated, short tempered, zero tolerance, burnt out. This is how burnout comes. So the first thing we did was rearrange his calendar for the first 4 weeks. He sent me a message last night, and with his permission, I'm sharing this. He said, Maria, I feel like someone took 50 pounds of rocks off of my back. And I thought, wow, this is a great beginning. So we have a lot more work to do, but this is a very typical scenario that my clients come to me and they are not leading well in their positions. Their teams aren't performing. Their relationships are suffering. Their adult children are fighting with them, or their young children are on their nerves. They're struggling with their adult friendships. These are all symptoms of burnout, not taking care of yourself, and not focusing on your own emotional self mastery, on your own self leadership. I didn't realize this till like years of working on myself. I thought, wow, it's so evident. If we don't lead ourselves well, we cannot get the results that we desire. If we're not leading ourselves first and foremost and taking great care of us and our soul and constantly overgiving, we cannot ever get the results or lead others in any relationship, be it work or personal. So I want to share with you two things that you can implement today to start making that shift. And if this resonates with you, I'm going to give you somewhere where I can direct you to, where you can join me and get more support on this. So the first thing I want you to focus on is, what are you eliminating from your calendar? Again, first thing we're focusing on, what are you removing from your calendar that is not aligned with you reaching your goals? Here's an example. Another one of my clients, she was on a health journey similar to what I was, right? Healing my Hashimoto's, my autoimmune. So I had one friend and she had one friend, and this was a similar situation, that always just wanted to go out and drink wine. Like all we had in common was like hanging out and drinking wine. When I started on my journey, similar to when she started her journey, that 2 hours a week no longer aligned with her goals. So she had to change what was in her schedule and her comfortable behavior and tell that one friend, hey, I'm not going to be available this week, or my priorities have shifted. It's nothing personal, but I'm just working on some other things right now, and change that in her calendar. And as I did, I filled that time with walking, going to the gym and walking. And do you know that that one micro shift, she made the same micro shift, as many of my clients make these micro shifts, it is a change for you. It's a game changer because you then prioritize what's important to you. You are now putting your energy towards your own self leadership. You're not filling your time with people pleasing and just doing the same things you've always done that are not aligning with your soul, and they're not helping you reach your goal. So I want you today to think about, what are you going to remove from your calendar? Now, number two is, what are you going to add to your calendar to replace that negative behavior, to replace the thing that was, not getting you closer to your goal? Now, this is like week one that I want you to do this. Now, it doesn't mean you have to add in something busy. You can actually add in that hour, 2 hours that I'm going to remove from doing this behavior that doesn't help me get to my goal. I'm going to rest. I'm going to read. I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to cook a healthy dinner. I'm going to go invest in a therapist. I'm going to go invest in a life coach. I'm going to go invest in reading some good things and maybe spending some time at the library. I mean, it's endless, guys. One of my other clients, she invested in a cooking class. Another one of my clients invested in a cleaning service. It doesn't mean you have to buy anything, but where are you redirecting what you've removed from your calendar that no longer helps you get to your goals? And what are you adding back in that is going to help you get closer to what your desires are? See, it's almost like when you're redoing your finances, or when you're trying to reboot your money story. You have to take micro steps to get the macro results. So I'd love to see you guys actually implement these 2 steps. If you'd like what you're listening to, I implore you to share, like, and subscribe. Head on over and share this episode with anyone that it resonates with. If you're not already on my podcast or subscribe to my newsletter, what are you waiting for? I share extremely deep dive content, just like I'm sharing here right now, and it is private community. So head on over to the top of the page or below the description and subscribe and become part of the Inside VIP community where we grow. The next thing I want to share with you guys on this episode is that you are doing a great job. I am here to support you. There is opportunities to work with me. I want you to head on over to mariafontana.com. The link is below in description or above this video. I want you to book a consultation with me, or just purchase the program that aligns best with your needs. If you're not sure what your needs are, again, book a call. It's a 10-minute free consultation. We can deep dive into what works, if it's a good idea to work together, and if I am the right person to help you along your journey. This is for ambitious, driven, ready to take action people just like you. Again, share this episode, drop me a review, let me know how this has resonated with you. And remember, you are you, and that is your superpower. And you are here to really be happy, not to be unhappy. So keep that focus. Here's sending you lots of love and light. Honor yourself today. And don't forget to connect, like, and share. Sending you lots of love and light, guys. Have a great day.